It's 1:30 in the morning. He walks into an empty apartment, drops his keys, makes something to eat. No girlfriend, no wife, no one asking where he was. And somehow he's completely fine. Until he checks his phone, sees an old message, and stares at it for a few seconds before locking the screen. So what happened? How does a man go from wanting connection to becoming comfortable living completely alone? The answer is more complicated than loneliness. There are 5 psychological reasons this can happen. And the strange part? You might recognize yourself in some of them. 1. He becomes addicted to peace. Imagine coming home after a long day. Nobody needs anything, nobody wants an explanation. You eat whenever you want, sleep whenever you want. Your entire world is under your control. At first, living alone feels empty. Eventually, it feels peaceful. Psychology shows that we naturally repeat behaviors that reduce stress. So the brain starts learning, being alone feels safe. And once peace becomes your normal, letting someone into your life can start feeling like a disturbance. But that's not the deepest reason. 2. He learns not to need anyone. Maybe he trusted someone once. It didn't work. Maybe a relationship ended badly. Maybe he watched love become conflict while growing up. So he adapts. He stops expecting, stops asking, stops depending. And eventually, he becomes extremely good at saying, "I don't need anyone." This can resemble avoidant attachment, where emotional closeness feels uncomfortable because independence feels safer. You've probably seen this. A man says he wants a relationship, but when someone actually gets close, he suddenly wants space. Because sometimes he isn't afraid of being alone, he's afraid of losing the control that comes with being alone. 3. He gets used to his own identity. Picture him at a wedding. Everyone is talking about relationships. Someone asks, "So, when are you getting married?" He laughs, makes a joke, changes the subject. But later, he thinks about it. Maybe he wonders, am I actually meant for relationships? After years alone, solitude can stop being a situation and become an identity. I've always been this way. I'm better alone. I don't know how to live with someone. And once loneliness becomes part of your identity, changing it can feel almost unnatural. But there's one more layer. 4. He may actually like his life. It's midnight. He's sitting by the window, music playing quietly. No arguments, no expectations, no pretending. And suddenly, he realizes he isn't lonely. He's comfortable. That's important. Being alone and being lonely aren't the same thing. Some men genuinely enjoy solitude. They've built routines they love, they have freedom, they have peace. They don't feel like something is missing. And that's where people often misunderstand them. Because sometimes living alone isn't a failure to find love. It's simply a life that became comfortable. 5. But sometimes he still wants someone. And then comes the quiet moment. A birthday, a bad day, a beautiful sunset, a family gathering. He reaches for his phone and realizes there isn't one person he can call and say, "I just wanted to talk." That's when the silence feels different. Because independence can protect you from disappointment, but it can also protect you from intimacy. And maybe that's the real psychology behind some men who live alone. Not that they don't want love, not that they're broken, but somewhere along the way, they became so good at living without anyone that needing someone started to feel dangerous. So if you know a man who lives alone, don't assume he's lonely. He might be happier than you think, or he might simply have learned how to hide the empty moments extremely well. Because sometimes the strongest looking man in the room isn't the man who needs nobody. He's the man who secretly wishes he had someone he could finally need.